One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. Ready, 2, 3, play. One and two and two and two, 3 and 2 and ready and. One, two, and ready, play. One and two and ready. Welcome to the tutorial section for Emerald, the trombone solo by HA Vandercook. In this particular part of our video, we're going to be going into some detail as to how to make the solo a little bit easier to play and hopefully make it sound better and more characteristic. When I refer to different sections and measures in the solo, I will be talking about the parts with the trombone section. For example, when I talk about the first measure that the trombone plays in the andante, I'm skipping that opening 8 measure rest or piano introduction. So when I say the first and second measure, I'm talking about the first and second measures of the trombone part. So let's get started. Here are the first 2 measures that the trombone plays in the andante. I'm going to play it the way we normally play it, with the first 2 notes, the F and the B flat, in first position. Now that's not bad, but I like to play the F in 6th and the B flat in 5th. That way, when I'm playing those first 4 notes, my slide is going 6, 5, 4, 2. It's one slide motion playing 4 legato notes like this. In the 3rd and 4th measures, I like to play the last F in the 4th measure in 6th position instead of 1st. I'd like you to listen to what it sounds like when I do play it in 1st. And now, here is that same 2 measures with that last F in 6th. That allows me to play the G before it in 4th, and then I just move my slide down and do a gentle tonguing in order to get the F in 6th. In the 5th and 6th measures of the andante, the first note is a D, and then it's followed by an F. I like to play that F in 6th position. I'd like you first to see what it looks and sounds like in 1st position. And here's the way I play it in 6th. It allows me to give a gentler tonguing to the D right after it in 4th position. In the 11th and 12th measures of the andante, there is one high D. I like to play that in 4th position. Please listen to what it sounds like when I play it in 1st. And here it is in 4th. The reason I like it there is because it allows me to move nice and quickly to the 3rd position C right after it. I don't even have to tongue that C if I don't want to. I think you see what we're doing here, working on alternate positions to make the andante sound a little bit smoother and better. My last example here is measures 13 and 14. I like to play the B flat in 5th position and that F in 6th position. Before I show you that, here's what these 2 measures sound like when both the B flat and the F are played in 1st. When I do it that way, my slide is pumping between 3 and 4 and 4 and 1 and all over the place. If I can play the B flat in 5th and then I play the F in 6th, the slide motion is much smoother, and I think you'll find that the notes sound and are articulated a little bit easier. Let's move on to the moderato. In the 5th and 6th measures of the trombone part, there's a B flat and an F. I happen to like to play the F in 6th position and the B flat in 5th position. But here's what those 2 measures look like when I put everything in 1st. Now I'm going to do most of this with one slide motion. I'll play the F in 6th position, the B flat in 5th position, the G in 4th position, and then in the next measure that A flat in 3rd position. So my slide is just going down and straight up to play those notes. Take a look at the 7th and 8th measures of the moderato. I think you see where I'm going with this first note, that high D. Here it is in first position. I guess you could see where I'm going now. I like to play that high D in fourth position. Here it is in fourth position as I play the 7th and 8th measures again. There's a breath mark after the dotted quarter note in the 6th measure that the trombone plays in this section that I think is kind of strange. I'd like to perform measures 5 through 8 and take that breath mark. Actually, you do it. And I want you to hear what that sounds like. Because of the phrasing, that breath mark doesn't make any musical sense. I would like you to make sure that you take a big enough breath before the 5th measure so that you can get to the 8th measure without having to breathe again. Without that breath mark, this is what that phrase would sound like. Getting back to some of the alternate positions, here's the 13th and 14th measures of the moderato. I'm going to play the F in first position and the B flat in first position. And hopefully by now you can understand why I'm about to show you that I prefer F in 6th and B flat in 5th. Can you see how hard I'm working in order to play that? Now, notice how easy this section is when I do play the F in 6th and the B flat in 5th position. Let's take a look at the trio. Before we do anything intricate, here are the first 4 measures. Please pay particular attention to how the dynamics are written here. It's very specific and it's very easy to play incorrectly. In measures 3 and 4, let's play it once the way it's written, and then I'm going to play that F in 6th so that you can see and hopefully hear why I prefer it there. Here it is in first, though. And now, here it is, the 3rd and 4th measures of the trio with that F in 6th. If I move my slide quickly enough from 6th to 3rd, I do not have to tongue that E flat, and therefore I can do a real slur. I'd like to perform the coda for you, but I'm going to start with the last 3 measures of the moderato and then go right into the coda so that you get a sense of the phrasing. Pay particular attention to the articulations. They make this part of the piece really shine and make it exciting. If you don't do that, it may sound okay, kind of like this. And now here's the same section with the proper articulations. Notice how I'm doing those accents and really bringing those notes out to bring the full excitement to the end of this piece. In this video, you've seen me use 5th positions and 6th positions pretty extensively. I know for some of you those might be challenging. If that's the case, make sure you're using your extendabone on your slide. So that way you can put it right on. And what that will do is instead of being stuck there with your arm, you can then turn your wrist and you'll be able to get the farther positions. It's a really good tool to have. Well, thank you so much for watching this video, whether you just enjoyed the first part, which was the performance of Emerald, the second part, which was slower versions of the different sections so that you can practice along with it, or the third part, which was the tutorial. I hope that you got something out of this and that it will help you understand the piece better and want you to practice some more. If you'd like any other information or have any questions or comments, please don't hesitate to contact me at thetromboneplace@gmail.com. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.